Hi, we're going to be covering how to set up different page layouts for the product selector. Note that we're assuming that you've already configured the columns and the search fields. This is just about adding either additional components or changing the layout of the components that are on the product selector screen. So the easiest way to get there is to actually open up Add Edit Products, which opens the product selector. You'll notice that this is just a pre-configured product selector, pretty simple. We're going to go to the cog here and choose Edit Page. What that does is that actually opens up the Lightning page editor, and you see kind of the default product selector page here. So we're going to create a brand new one. So let's go to Page, choose New, Confirm, and it asks us what type of new Lightning page to create. So we're going to create a page that's going to be used for the application product selector. So we'll choose App Page. Next, got to give it a name. So usually I find it's easiest to kind of give it the name product selector. That way it's easy to find. And we'll also say the purpose, which is maybe we're creating a special one for the West sales team. Choose Next. We have a whole bunch of choices. In this case, we don't have any custom layouts, but just for the sake of this example, we'll choose header and 2 regions. That'll give us area to put the details at the top, maybe the search and the results on the right. But we could have choose any of these layout options. By default, Salesforce Product Selector just has one big region. But in this case, we're going to move things around. So we're going to choose Finish. And it's going to present us with basically an empty template. So the big areas that we need to make sure that we're bringing in is going to be the price book selector, the details, that's the details of the opportunity we're going to be adding, product selector info, it's useful. It's an important component because it does help kind of coordinate some elements inside the experience. We're also going to pull in the PS product selector search on the left. That'll give us the search window as well as the search results. And then over to the right, we're going to add the product selector products. So this is the actual grid where we're storing information. So you'll notice that each one of these components have different options. You just leave them all blank. And if I want to name the page itself, I'm going to have to click off the components to just find some empty area. Got to give it a name. So you'll see that automatically we have the name Product Selector West Sales 1, right? This is just an auto-generated API name based on the product label we entered earlier. So I'm going to save this developer name because we're going to need it in a second. So I just hover over it, I right click, choose copy. So I'm going to save. I'm going to save. And now this page is saved. We can refer back to it. I do want to activate it though. This way it will be available for use. I'm going to click activation. It says available for all users. And we'll save. Gives me a little confirmation letting us know I can't use the page until I've added it to the experiences. Just finish. And we need to understand how to actually use this page in the product selector. The key is this developer name. So I've saved it. And if I go back to the product selector, you notice that this layout is different than what I just created. That's normal because the layout that you're using is actually determined by this value here. So you have the URL of your application, Lightning, N, and then you have this name. If I replace this value with the developer name of the page, in this case Product Selector West Sales 1, and pressed Enter, You see that we're actually using the new layout that's defined. This works just like the other one. The only difference is now I have a very powerful custom experience. So now I may want to use this as kind of my standard experience when I open the page. So what I can do here is I just need to make sure that I replace in the button URL the old page name with this new page name, this new product selector sales 1. So I'm going to click on the cog, go to setup, object manager, open up the opportunities, and I need that new button. So let's go to button links and actions. I'm going to go to a button that happened to already exist called Add Edit Products West. This button existed already, and it's actually a custom button that we already set up for the West sales team. If you want to understand how to create a custom button, just refer back to the multi-configuration video in the Skyvan YouTube channel, or you can find it on the Skyvan website. So we'll choose Edit. I'm going to edit this button. The key is that in the URL you'll see, and I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit, CRMT product selector page. That's the default page that comes with the product selector. I'm going to replace that with the new page name. It's important that you use the developer name because if you just use the label, it has all the white space, doesn't actually work. You'll get an error. So I'm going to save. And I need to make sure that I'm using this button is available on the page. And I go back to the opportunities. I'm going to open this up. You notice I have a button called Add Edit Products. This is different than the Add Edit Products West. So I need to make sure that the Add Edit Products West button is available on the page layout. I can open up the page layout for the opportunity record page. Select the header. Add a new action, which in this case is the Add Edit Products West button. Choose Done. Save. And now if I open the traditional Add Edit Products, you'll see here that I'm using the standard experience. I'm going to cancel out of here. Or because we changed the layout for Add Edit Products West, if we open this up, and that's it. Some people may want to actually add custom text components or other custom Apex components that they may have built. If we come edit this page, we can actually just drag and drop other text components. So an example here is at the top here, I can drag this particular rich text component, and I can make a note. So this could be just message, or you could add guidance here, any kind of information that you want to convey to the sales team. We can add it here, or even add additional components. So now if I come back into this experience, you see that custom text component that I just created has been added. You're not limited to text components, you literally could add any component into this layout. So just from a high level, what we did was we opened up the product selector. We chose edit page. From there, we created a new page that we defined and then added it to the button. So next time we open up this experience, we're going to be able to see any kind of custom page layout that we've created for ourselves, and we can have different page layouts for different buttons. The most important thing is that you've replaced the page being referenced in the button launch URL. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about Product Selector. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at support@skyvan.com. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.